Hello and welcome to the His and Her Show with Jody
and Alex Myciak.
And today we thought we would just introduce us, share a little bit about ourselves before we really get into the His and Her Show and the many, many episodes to follow. So I am Jody Myciak, and I am a certified master empowerment coach, empowered mothering coach, and a mommy expert. And I am a mom of two young children, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I have always wanted to do a podcast show, and now I've roped my husband into doing it along with me. And I'm so excited to have his thoughts and opinions on what I've been doing for the last couple of years. And I have wanted to be a mom since I could remember, like a young girl. Always had my dolls with me and things. And I thought I always I'd be a stay-at-home mom. That was kind of like my idea. I was like, if I can be a stay-at-home mom, that would be the best job ever. And just before I found out we were pregnant with our daughter, I actually stumbled upon something that was like, this is what I want to do, which was empowerment coaching. It really put everything I wanted to help women. And I actually signed up for a program right there and then, before I even knew what kind of adventures we were going on. I discovered this program, and I'm just so excited that I have, because it gives me both worlds. It gives me something that's my own, something I get to do for me, and it really filling that my cup up in a way of helping others. And I get to be around my kids. I work from home. So that's kind of where it all started. And the self-love part is, I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have that self-love. And I spent so many of my years chasing boys left, right, and center because I was looking for love, and I was looking for love in the wrong places. So later on in my mid-20s, I went some deep searching after a breakup. I took a whole year of just like deep searching. This is when I really started meditating, and I really just started to really love who I was. And I actually remember, I think it was a week before I met my husband, Alex. And I was like, I love myself. Like, I love who I am. I don't actually need a man. I finally got it. I was 25, but I was like, I got this. Like, if I never have somebody, I don't need that. It's not about having another half. It's about finding somebody that really complements you. And it's like complementary colors, really. So they're completely different, but they complement you. But you don't need them to be whole. And I finally got it. And a week later, I met Alex ballroom dancing. And the rest is history. Well, with ups and downs. Like, we have our ups and downs all the time, right? But so self-love to me is very important. And I really am passionate about helping moms feel that, because we are the foundation for our children. They look to us for everything. And even though they might not always be actually look like they're listening to us or listen to us when we say something, they are actually seeing and listening when we don't realize it. Because Anastasia before has said things that I'm like, oh, you were listening. So I'm here to just really help women so we can kind of stop beating ourselves up. And part of that is mommy guilt. When we feel bad about parenting, that means we need more self-love in our life. And it's building that solid foundation of self-love for who we are, what we do, and we'll feel less mommy guilt. So it kind of comes hand in hand. When we love ourselves, we know who we are, we come from an authentic place. That guilt of like, oh, I should have done this, I could have done this, oh man, like I'm a horrible mom for getting this, it fades away. It might not go completely away. There's days. But where there's love, there's less guilt. Where there's love, there's less fear. Where there's love, like love conquers so many things. So that's where I really come from, and then go along with the mommy guilt. And that's kind of, my jam. And I just, having that foundation, it really is a powerful thing. Oh, and that's what I was going to say. Self-love is also a journey, not a and I've learned this myself. I was like, ooh, I have self-love, and I keep reading things and I keep loving myself more. It's like relationships. You can fall in love with somebody, but every day you get to know them a little bit more still and deeper and deeper. And that is what we look for ourselves. We have these relationships in our lives, and maybe we spend a lot of time making sure they're strong, but then we forget about ourselves. So that's where I really come in, is building strong relationship with ourselves. So I think I've talked long enough. You'll find I probably talk a lot. But I'm going to pass over the mic to my husband, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. And that's all right. I mean, there has to be a bigger talker than at least, maybe not every episode, but at least one episode. So for myself, as Jody mentioned, we met ballroom dancing, and the rest is basically history. I've been with her on this big journey that she's taken. Being as supportive as I can most of the time. I'm not perfect. I'm not the, I've certainly got flaws, and it's not like she couldn't have done this without me. I'm just glad that I was able to help the way I can. So, and Jody does mention that she is a mommy guilt expert, but this podcast is for just parents in general, because to think that a father, single or in a relationship, as a couple or whatever, doesn't feel guilt about child rearing is probably a big fallacy. I mean, if you're any kind of father, you're probably going to feel, you should be feeling something. You should be taking an active role in raising your children. Because, I don't want to get too negative, but there's a saying, it's like any idiot can make a baby. It takes a real man to be a father. So, that's where, like, I've tried to come from, since becoming, a father, is I want to be present. I want to be there. I want to help. And I'm sure many, many fathers out there are in the same boat. So, of course, they're going to feel guilty. So this is for everyone, this podcast, for two of us, to present the two different sides. Because I think it might be a little, if it was just you, it might be a little too easy for fathers or men to be like, oh, whatever, she's not talking to me. But we are talking to everybody. Now, as for my background, I'm just, I've graduated I'm just a software developer, right? So I don't have, I'm learning from you, but I don't have the big, I didn't take the course. I didn't do as much, in terms of investment along those lines. So I've been sort of following you along your journey and going, oh, this is really interesting. And I can see the change, and it's exciting and wonderful. And to do that for myself is still on my list of things to do. So
procrastination.
I've got to do, like, I'm doing bits of it for sure. As I go, but, or as we go along. But that's what I mean. Like, I've drank the Kool-Aid. I buy into the idea, and, I want to talk to or provide another, opinion, like, cause there's two sides to every story, to the things we're going to share on the podcast. And, I feel like it's almost better that I haven't done the same stuff that you have, because then you're just going to hear the same thing, just in two different voices. This way you get to hear different opinions and different points of view. And so by saying I'm just a software developer, it means not to belittle the software developers or anything else, or whether you're a construction worker or whatever else, but it's a fairly understandable profession. There's no secrets behind it or anything like that. I will be the everyman, the voice of the everyman, basically, who who sits back and looks at people like Jody, and as they talk and share, and I will, the opinions I'm offering, I'm getting all confuzzled here, but okay. I'm just trying to provide like the everyman type of point of view, and hopefully that will be of benefit to our listeners. I think that's all I wanted to say along those lines. But I am excited to be part of this. I know she jokingly said she roped me into this, but I'm very happy to be here and to talk and to share. And the ultimate goal is to benefit you guys, our listeners.
Yes. Yeah. I actually love how you mentioned that you're not perfect. We definitely are going to be talking about this subject more on the podcast, but if anybody's out there listening and you're striving for perfection, there's no such thing. When we try to be perfect, then we lose ourselves in being what something is classified as perfect. So you're perfectly you. You're perfectly imperfect, and that's okay.
I like that. Perfectly imperfect. That's right.
It's okay to be there. And when we try to fit ourselves into a box of being, here's the perfect box. This is, what the perfect mom looks like, or the perfect dad, or the perfect family, or the perfect kids. When we put people in those boxes, they lose who they are. So it's keeping that in mind as well. And I just love how you said that, because I spent years trying to be perfect or being a people pleaser, because I was looking for that love, and it just wore me down. I remember after being at family get-togethers and stuff, and just like, oh my gosh, that was so exhausting. And years later realizing it was because I was pretending to be somebody else. I was always fitting in. I was like the best person to I had 5 different groups of friends in high school. None of them got to get along, but I could easily just jump from one group to the other. I just would put on a certain mask to fit in. So perfect really does, if you're really reaching for perfection, if you get there, it's going to exhaust you.
Well, I think that plays into it, is that everyone's idea of perfect is different.
Yes.
And you might have your idea of perfect. Someone else has their idea of perfect. And if you're being a people pleaser, that's what you're doing, is that you are putting on a persona to be the perfect whatever, right? The perfect fit in this group, the perfect fit in that group. And when you are doing that, everybody does it to some degree, I think. You might have a filter on, for example, so you don't say the wrong thing in the wrong group of people.
I'm actually kind of working on that, and I'm kind of ditching that. I'm ditching that. It's like, if somebody has a feeling about what I said, that's on them. Now, that doesn't mean that we badmouth somebody. Yeah. But if I'm, and it's not, I guess, yes, it's about racial remarks and things like that, but that's not coming from my own personal authentic self anyways. But I'm just going to I'm really at this place now where I really just want to show up as me.
Yeah.
And no filters anymore. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying a lot of people do have those filters built in.
Oh, it is.
And
yes,
when you extend that into, putting on a persona or a mask to be this person that you're not, yes, it's exhausting, especially if you have to do it constantly, or if you have to change or shift personas or put on different. It's like, if you look at what an actor has to go through to be a particular person on a TV show. Now imagine trying to do that every day of your life. Mm-hmm. That would exhaust anyone. So, that's definitely something you don't want to be doing. But I feel a lot of us fall into that.
Oh, yes.
Do that. So.
And I spent years of it, and it's so freeing when you finally am like, I'm awesome as I am, and other people around me, if they're not cool with who I really am, then I'm cool with saying goodbye to them. It's okay to move on when you're being true to who you are. And again, that doesn't mean it's not about putting negativity on the other person, but it's letting go of the person you used to be, the person that used to people please. And I've definitely seen lots of people come and go in my life. You know, sometimes people show up in our lives for a reason, and sometimes people leave for the same reason. So, yeah, it's just about really getting to know who you really are as a person and being okay with that. Because the longest relationship you'll ever have in your life is with yourself. The longest relationship ever. So you might as well get to love and to know yourself.
And be kind to yourself.
Exactly. So...
And when you do all those things, and we'll talk more about all of that throughout our podcast series, when you do those things, when other people may see it as being mean, but you won't be acting. Nothing you'll be doing will be coming from a place of hurt or pain. So when you put that out there, you're not, like I said, if you're not coming from those dark places when you're doing these things, then you have nothing to feel guilty about.
No. When you're coming from that place of love, when you love yourself and you love who you are, you come from this place of love, not hate. When you're actually looking at people and comparing yourself, or you're putting people down because it makes you feel good. Like, you know, why bullies bully. Like, we're not going to get in that topic too much. But when we love who we are, that love shines out, and some people might be afraid of that, and that's what really
that's what's happening.
Bounces, right? Yeah. Like, they're like, whoa, or they're afraid of losing the old you because they've known you. And I definitely have that in my own life right now, where it's like, wow, I've changed so much, and other people around me have not. So, but it's being true to who you are, loving you to the fullest, and just loving outward. And that's all you can do is love the people around you, and you might have to love them from afar. So, big, huge love and hug to everybody right now.
Yeah. So hopefully that's given you some insight into who we are and what we're going to try and do throughout this podcast series. If you like what you hear, tune in. If you continue to like what you hear, keep tuning in and share.
So every week we'll have a new one being... I guess
new topic
and a new episode available every Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we hope you have a beautiful day.
Take care.
Bye for now.